Microphone check. We can flashlight. Comment section. Microphone check. Microphone check. Testing sound. A very good morning from LABAN'S Arena in Namlanda, and welcome aboard for yet another time. This match represents form. It represents the two players that were into the prizes, that were into as many finals as possible for the whole course of last year. That was 2026, sorry. And at the very next year, 2026, they can only make each other by each other to fail to reach the round of last two, which is the final of today's 32-man competition that is being organized, yes, at LABAN'S Arena in Namulanda. In the meantime, there are two streams of the same match. This, my YouTube channel, Peter Chebe Live, as well as my Facebook page, Break and Finish Live, are both showcasing CEASER Chandiga lead by 2-1 against Ian KAZIBWE. This is a race to 8 in the second semi-final. The first one has Ibrahim Sejemba already through into the final. So the prize for the victory is a match against Ibra that will be coming just about 2 minutes, if not 3, if not 5, after the end of this ongoing one. 2 diagonal streams on Break and Finish Live Facebook, as well as Peter Chebe Live YouTube, CEASER Chandiga 2 and Ian KAZIBWE 1, and the race is 8. And yes, thank you guys for keeping me company in my assumption. This is the time that the tournament should have been having the final, better still having it done to completion. For whatever reason, it has been intentional by the organizers to delay stuff, lessen the number of tables being used by the quarterfinals. And yes, here we are in East African time. I think it's already Monday morning. Yes, it is. In Southern African time, it is the wee hours of Sunday evening. 2-1 between the two players that faced off arguably most times than any other pair of players last year. There were 2 finals in competitions that were won by Ian in the first half of the year, where he defeated CEASER to become victorious. One of them was right at the heart of this very town where we are, then the town of Entebbe at Irish Bar, a race to 9 which ended by 9 frames to 7 with Ian winning and taking home what was $500 on the day. This one is 1 level less and 1 frame less in terms of count of scores for the victory. This time race to 8, this time semi-finals, this time Ian playing out for an equalizer. Here is Ian 2, CEASER 2, race to 8. After this one, whoever of these two win, please keep me company. It has been long since we have gotten a final involving Ibra. He's into this final. When is the last time Ibra was in a final? So many months ago. Must have been the month of around August, perhaps September, a 32-man competition in which he was a finalist and the winner of the final. Since then, it has been near misses, sometimes far-fetched misses. Maybe the neutrals will want him to take on CEASER, because that is some kind of rebirth of rivalry between sets of players and the two sets of fans. As for Ian, if he makes the final, he's the player that dominated the most against Ibra last year together with Joseph Kasozi, especially those two. Even for CEASER, Ibra got a victory last year in a 48-man comp final that was organized at the Ultimate Pool Arena. But Ian and Kasozi were big problems. And I want to say that big congratulations, Rashida. She has finished in the semi-finals and will be sharing position 3 together with Yuda Sembosi. And for a lady participating alongside 31 men, I can just say Makoro Koto. That is Shona. It means congratulations. I may not have to congratulate Ian for this one, because just after cancelling out CEASER's lead by winning frame number 4, CEASER comes to the table and straight away takes frame number 5. Seemingly, this is going to be a match played at very fast pace, because every time one of these players comes on table, it is clearance, and the other responds with clearance. 5 frames played, Ian 2, CEASER 3, race to 8. Nkoseko number Donsela, thank you for watching. You say you want Ian, but he's a little inconsistent. Last year he was quite consistent, and he's starting this year off quite well. He came so good against Yuda Sembosi Dembaba, who threatened a little at the start of the match. A very long fought semi-final that was streamed momentarily ago. James Patterson, it is race to 8. Shamil Shion supporting Ian on the YouTube stream. Thank you for watching. Finnegan Maso, hi to you. Thank you for watching on the YouTube stream. And yes, Roman Award Limited, thank you for watching like you normally do. This time you are choosing to watch on the YouTube stream. Many of the times you are watching on the Facebook stream. By the way, guys, I think for the next 7 days you may not be seeing any stream, maybe more. We're having presidential elections in Uganda this coming week. I don't know what will happen, but normally for us it is some kind of culture. We don't have internet during elections, so yeah, maybe no more information, no more posts for some time until internet is resumed. And then focus shall shift for most of the players. There will be comps thereafter, but yes, for most of the players, not just in Uganda, but the best from the whole of Africa, in the next 2 weeks and 7 days or something, perhaps exactly 3 weeks, it will be the start of this year's edition of the All Africa Pool Championships in Durban in South Africa. There is no sign up to now that the Ugandan national team will be representing as an official national team. Up to now, it's coming increasingly unlikely that the Ugandans will be participating in this, so it will be 2 consecutive episodes of the AAPA in which the Ugandans will officially be missing, unless something happens in the next week or so for them to apply for South Africa's visas by the time of the live stream. There is no sign of that whatsoever, but a few players are planning to participate in individual capacity, including this guy that is on table. I also know of Joseph Kasozi. They are planning through themselves as persons and through their management teams. From Botswana, thank you for watching Kepa on the Facebook stream. Dasai Jabran, thank you for watching. You are supporting Caesar. You think he will save your data? Hopefully, you're insinuating that he will play as fast can be. Matches involving Caesar when having Ian as an opponent, most especially for this, maybe for last year, became a very popular feature on the African continent, especially now that Ian has really come of age, has a lot of respect in and out of the country, as officially one of the best players in the country today. There is no shadow of a doubt about that. He was among the top 8 in the National Open. He came short when he lost out in the quarterfinals to Dog City. He played even better, maybe much better, the following day at the PPT, the Patriarchs Pool Tournament in Harare. An invitation for the top 32 as Prophet Makandiwa's teams on the African continent. And he was among the top 8. He got so many good victories, very memorable victories while in Harare. Last year was a revelation year for Ian. He also played a few money matches during there. A big victory he got against Ishmael Mteto for $1,000 in Arusha. He lost narrowly to Pila Mazambani in Johannesburg after the Ultimate Pool Championships. And looks to be set to win frame number 3 out of 6, aiming to put yellow to the corner pocket bottom of the screen. Cue ball following the yellow a little. He wants to put black to the corresponding diagonal corner pocket top of the screen. When for black is spotted, his fans, of course, he's a local of the area. He'll be enjoying the lion's share of the support. Yes, he aims for the black for the 3rd time, and yes, he sinks it in, and yes, he equalizes. Yes, it is Ian now 3 and Caesar 3. Race to 8 for a place in the final to take on the killer in Ibrahim Sejemba. From Lusaka, thank you for watching. John Tumbana on the Facebook stream. You seem to be supporting Caesar all the way. I'm not so surprised. Caesar has a lot of history in Lusaka. He was with Sharks Pool Club from 2021 to the end of 2022. And his real prosperity in the game, if I'm to borrow the word, did start off in Lusaka. How dominant a figure he was. Of course, not so surprising that the last edition of the Billiards Cafe Classic competition, which was a 4th edition, was won by himself. Who doesn't remember in late November last year that victory he got against Jerry in the final. Bomola, thank you for watching. From Lusaka, you think Ian will win this one, while Mandaza Bright thinks Caesar will win by 8 frames to 6. Worldwide trending. You're watching from Kenya. Welcome to the stream. Kibeti John Bosco, my friend, must be from Bali. You think it's a tight match. You think Ian is becoming stronger by the day. Faisal Ismail, you think Caesar is hungry for 1 month and yet he won 11K and the car and he's still hungry. Let him eat stones. No, the sport is like that for sportsmen. Sports, the more they win, the more they want to win. It's that simple. You give it to them. Talent is given by God. For us, we just enjoy their talents. From Asia, you say, thank you for watching SBN Trends. Dodge Masebola, you think Ian will be a problem in the future? He already could be a problem now. Most especially using that lethal left hand. Colin Mashabela, all the way from South Africa. Thank you for streaming on Facebook. Right at the heart of the ghetto of Namolanda. It's one of the first towns you encounter as you access Uganda by air. About 7-8 minutes after the airport. Some trading center. Whose heart has this small place with 3 pool tables, but people really love playing pool from here. And the director is called Laban, a pool player in himself. A decent player, qualified for the Nationals Grand Finale. Normally organizes an interesting comp every few months, but he organizes a lot more, those that exclude players of the national team, because those attract way more participants than these anyway. Even this frame could be gone now. How these guys normally get the best out of each other every time they take on the other. They meet so many times in latter stages of competitions. This one is no exception. To our service is a match against Ibra in what will be a very awaited final tonight. I want to believe that you may not want to sleep off, most especially should Caesar win this match. When he takes on Ibra, that one is optical nutrition for an entire African pool fraternity. Frame number 7 is going the way of the Scorpion. And now prizes for guessing what's about to happen. It is the Scorpion gaining the lead. It is now 4 frames to 3. Him needing 4, his opponent needing 5 out of the remaining 8, or else succumb to sharing 3rd place match alongside Rashida. By the way, I want to make a correction. Yoda Sembus was defeated in the quarterfinals, so he won't be taking 3rd place match. It is either Ian or Caesar to share 3rd place prize money. Not share, it is the same prize money for 2 people who will be taking number 3 position, Rashida, as well as the loser of this match. You want to see balance. You wish Ian wins this one, Hagai Konda. Hopefully it does happen. Macmillan Mwapi Spender, thank you for watching. From Mufulira in Zambia, I say you are Caesar's #1 fan. Here we are, ladies and gentlemen, with 7 frames played. This one being exact mid of the match. A rest to 8, which has Caesar enjoying a slim lead against Ian. If I can check how much time is used so far, just about 30 minutes for 7.5 frames. That is very good playing speed. You not only factor in the quality of the players, you also consider the amount of time for which they've been playing, shooting out for the whole day, starting out Sunday afternoon, now the wee hours of Monday morning, and still playing pool at the top level. Some of the matches they've been competing in have been very tense. Ian versus Dembaba, very tense. By the way, Ian has gone through a relatively difficult route in comparison to Caesar. If you look at the quality of the opposition he's been taking down, and has been passing the test with flying colors. Caesar having relatively simple opposition in the first rounds, but then he was served to a tricky quarter-final opponent in Joseph Kasozi. Caesar sailing through only just qualifying for a match against Ian, in which he still has a 4-3 lead. As for Ian, tricky opposition in Dembaba in the quarterfinals. He still had to negotiate past, was it? Computer in the round of last 16. That was tricky opposition for Ian. You talk of Dembaba, now Caesar. He as well had player that was called Ivan in the first round, a relatively more tricky route to qualify into the semi-finals, but that won't matter. These guys are both here. They are cancelling each other out quite perfectly, with Ian now serving us what is looking at a fourth time in the match in which he is equalizing. Oh my God. He came so near and so far. There is some little space between the yellow and the jaw. I'm not so certain space sufficient enough for Caesar to pass either of the reds. It is looking a little tricky because of the red that is right behind the yellow. The other three for Caesar. There goes the miss. There goes the chance for Ian. There comes seemingly the fourth equalizing frame in the semi-final for Ian to simply roll the cue ball right against the yellow with just a little power to have sight of the black, just sight. He played it rather arrogantly, creating some kind of difficulty for him to put the black, but he recovers and recovers well. 8 frames played, Ian 4 and Caesar 4. Semi-final number 2, race to 8 to take on Ibrahim Sejemra in the final. We're watching Ian versus Caesar 2020 edition. Last year we had these ones. Some good times. I remember a final of a tournament that was organized at the Pool City Arena, won by Ian. A final of a competition organized at Irish Bar, won by Ian. And the quarterfinal of a tournament that was organized by the Albertine Pool Association as well, won by Ian. About 5 more matches between the two, all won by Caesar. But they are very good friends in real life. They share so many experiences, but they like to take each other on competitively in competitions, getting the best out of each other. For whatever reason, Ian is donning the football jersey for the Brazilian national team. How do they call them? Samba boys. For both players, this competition represents their very first this year. And despite the seeming fatigue, Ian looks fresh. In fact, he did not get off the table after the previous match where he fights so hard to take down Dembaba. This one is being played at way less time. The two players just cancelling each other out in terms of attacking prowess. It is Ian who could be on the verge of taking the lead for the very first time in this mouth-watering semi-final. He'll have to move the cue ball closer to the last yellow and leaves some kind of cut, but it isn't enough. It's actually a little bit straight. The shot he's about to play is kind of tricky because he not only needs to put yellow to the corner pocket bottom, he needs to move the cue ball towards the top end of the table for the fact that it's where the black is. The 8 ball, the all-important 8 ball. He wants to play maybe with backspin, drawing the cue ball bigly backwards, bouncing it off the left cushion, and then move the whole length of the table rightwards, but off the left cushion where he's having his hand. This is the shot off the left cushion into the red. That will be okay. He will be taking the lead. The scoreboard flipper is already changing as though black is already potted. Of course it is not, but now it is. Ian 5, Caesar 4, rest to 8. Very unfortunate for Ian that there has been a scratch on the break. You get a feeling this is a frame he would have wanted to utilize to take a 2-frame lead for the first time in the match. The same frame in which he hasn't been fortunate with the break. Well, the only encouragement is that he's in the lead. Whether or not he wins or loses this frame, he will not be trailing at the end of it all. If he doesn't win it, especially that the break was his, you just feel it is an opportunity blown away. Of course, these top-level players like to win frames that they call theirs, most especially when it was their break. Once again, this stream is on Break and Finish Live Facebook as well as Peter Chove Live YouTube. Both streams clear, flawless, with the same commentary. I like how disciplined these fans are in terms of the love for the sport. It is way past midnight East African time. Believe you me, about 200 people, some of them having traveled some distances, are at the venue watching this one. And if I can look at my online count, way more than 1,000 watching the action at this time of the evening, this time of the morning, if I am to say. Thank you very much, Africa. CEASER now wanting to put the red that is close to the black to the corner pocket, top left. It is top right, sorry. Maintaining the cue ball almost in the same spot where there is the red. When that happens, the frame is as good as gone for Ian. His only mistake was to put the cue ball on the break for CEASER, and the benefit is perfecting a pattern that is winning frame number 10 for him, which is an equalizing frame. After 10 frames played, it is now CEASER 5 and Ian 5. The rest to 8, now rest to 3. Tricky looking break, this one, but yes, pretty finishable. Here we go with the Scorpion a little playing himself out of position. You would assume, you would presume, maybe the red that is at the corner pocket top of the screen, right in between two yellows, is the only ball he can put with any kind of ease. Even it, I'm not so certain he has it in full sight. I would say trouble moment. It is this for CEASER. He may want to go for the bank, try to put red to the corner pocket, bottom left, off the top cushion. It is the shot he tried to play. It is the shot that is not played to perfection. It is the shot that is giving Ian a chance to play in the frame. Good combination shooting from Ian. Played all on purpose to have a sharp cut onto the yellow at the side pocket right cue ball bouncing off the bottom cushion, then moving towards, combining into the packed red of Caesar, opening up the shot, opening up an opportunity for Ian to win the frame and lead in the match. Here he is needing a sharp cut of the yellow against the rail. It's in. This is now the moment of truth. With the two balls positioned not so well, he's looking at the yellow that is frozen against the cushion with intent to try and back it to the side pocket left. That shot isn't possible almost because of tricky angle between white and yellow. The one that is aiming the cue ball in is cuttable to the corner pocket top right with intent for Ian, if he pulls it off, play the cue ball into the dead yellow, split it open and go for the frame, but first has to be on target and has to play the cue ball into the yellow. It won't come easy. He has the trickery, no doubt. He has the lethal left hand. He goes instead for the bank. Finding the bank was always going to be very tricky, but not as tricky as Caesar will be finding this as opportunity to win yet a frame. Another frame, deciding to move the cue ball a little bit closer, but in a different direction. Returns it to a position almost perpendicular to where it was initially anyway. Now needing to roll the last red to the corner pocket top of the screen, drawing the cue ball backwards, of course. For black, he needs to put it to the side pocket left. There he goes to regain the lead after 11 frames played. It is now Caesar 6 and Ian 5. Richard, stop disturbing Hazard. He's watching the game, I know. We are calling him the lie. It's not the lie, he's the truth. It's just that he didn't get the kind of, so many of the top players blew a lot of shadows in 2025. Hazard, one of them. If he finds a way of winning this one, it will start to become quite tricky for Ian. If he was subjected to try and win 3 in a row, there has been a foul. Advantage, Ian. For a free shot, Ian is choosing to play the cue ball into the dead yellow, playing it into the red. I'm not so certain it is effective play. Of course, unless Ian comes through and makes a clearance. Otherwise, from the eye, what I'm seeing is a free shot resulting into a player freeing their opponents. Would be bad ball. He needs some kind of recovery here. May want to play maybe yellow off red. Oops, ball was portable as long as it was cheating the pocket a little. For this guy, that has been one of the revelations of Ugandan and African pool for the year that was 2025. He's looking as sharp in 2026. It's just that in the first tournament, He has taken on a very tricky customer in the semi-finals, and he's trading. He may want to draw the cue ball right against the cushion, maybe into the dead yellow. I would guess so. Not exactly into the dead yellow. He just moved it to a position where he can play it right against the rail. Try to put it to the corner pocket where there is scissors red at the top right. Has to go indirect. The yellow can as well have a little kiss on the red, but it has to be very little, like that. He's looking good. He's looking comfortable. He's looking in the verge. Seems to be in the mode. He wants to win a second competition at this very venue. There's one that he won, I think last year it was, right here. He also reached another final about 3 years ago where he was defeated by Glorious. Not a very bad hunting ground, LABAN'S Arena is for Ian, who now gets a little round of applause from his fans as he will be aiming for yellow to the side pocket left. He will want to spin the cue ball a little backwards because he wants to put black to the corner pocket top of the screen. Just like that. Pretty much portable black. Pretty much now a winnable frame as Ian KAZIBWE plays to equalize and gains his equalizer. 7-7. The match between Ian, sorry, it is 6-6. This match is now a race to 2. They are both fighting for their life, these players. It is single elimination competition, single life pretty much. The hours they've been standing and sitting and waiting at the venue ever since the start of play will almost be counting for nothing for whoever will be losing 2 frames before the other does lose 1. Because yes, both are in the top 4 and none of them came with the aim to be in the top 4. They each came to try and win, testing each other to the fullest, bringing the best out of each, all in the name of competition. For us as viewers, fans, name it, it is guarantee of entertainment. That's why these sportsmen are very, very, very special. Just imagine what they go through to deliver stuff on the pool tables as good as this. It is hours of daily training, believe you me. For us, it is hours of non-stop entertainment. And most of the time, at the cost of these guys. The cue ball has been played into yellow, yellow into another yellow, almost those 2 balls touching each other. Playing yellow into yellow to pot is very difficult, almost impossible. For Caesar, the kind of recovery is maybe yellow sliding off another yellow to cut it to the corner pocket top of the screen, which is the shot he's playing. It is the shot he's missing. I thought he may have wanted to use yellow to support the movement of another as he plays one off another. It wasn't to be. This will go down as a total snooker. For Caesar, you get to think he may want to play the cue ball off 2 cushions. He indeed finds the yellow and gets it sunk, and gets a round of applause from some of the fans. He has full sight of one of the yellows. Whether or not he can pot it, I just don't think. Not even imagining what he's trying to contemplate here. Maybe play the yellow in between those 2 reds near the side pocket, one off the other. But it is very difficult, very unlikely given the position. Maybe try out some kind of bank to the center pocket left, but the bank is blocked by 2 of the reds of Ian and maybe the black. Maybe try and play the cue ball off the cushion. Being on target will be quite unlikely. Maybe try and play out some kind of bank. Maybe some kind of safety, any safety. Here's mapped out something, I would say. Cue ball into 2 reds, playing both of them so close to the cushion, making it very unlikely for Ian to make a clearance. He found a way to ensure that the shot does not go to pass. Sign of a very, very big fight. He's mounting against Ian. Ian will want to respond to safety with yet another safety of his own. Red into red to have all his reds open in the same shot, denying Caesar any easy sight of either of his yellows to pot with ease. Safety after safety. There goes the recovery by the Scorpion. I did not see that coming. It's a shot that could win the frame. A frame that could put him on the verge of needing to win 1 out of 2. Should be done and dusted. Not with Ian as an opponent, not with a final as a position at stake, not with just black needing to get potted for him to get himself within 1 frame of making his first final of the year. Caesar wins frame number 13. Hard fought frame, well fought frame, well won frame. Caesar 7, Ian 6. Rest to 8, 2 to go. Ian needs to win both or else share 3rd position with Rashida. For the last time in this semi-final, Ian is breaking, aims for the pyramid, hits the red hard, breaks, looks dry. Very dry it is. But he will be okay with the fact that it's not a very big split of the balls. Neither reds nor the yellows. Playing and potting, playing cue ball into will be dead yellows. Perhaps he wants it to be possible for him to finish off these yellows. It will not be easy whatsoever. He has just a few of his usual loyal supporters A member of the original team, the Scorpion, his first management team is called Jerry Mabe, who has been out of the country for a few years. He's returning to start off where he started. Alongside his player. In between dusk and dawn and beyond. As for Ian, he has the lion's share of the funds at the venue. And Tebe Town, where this comp is being organized, is where he calls home. Himself, the likes of Dembaba, Joseph Kasozi, amongst others. But they could all be denied a chance in the final unless Ian wins 2 frames straight. He has played some kind of defense. He's having sight of one of the yellows, but not sight enough to put it with ease in any of the pockets. Tempting shot could be by bank off the right cushion into the side pocket left. He's going maybe for some kind of safety. It now makes sense. He simply played yellow into red, leave red further against the cushion, leave yellow in space. Ian responds by playing the cue ball into the frozen red. Can't even believe that I am seeing a fatigued person, evidently, at least from the amount of time for which he has been playing at the top level today. These competitions will definitely be making these guys better players. If Ian finds a way of winning this ongoing frame, we will have a decider. If he does not, he will be exiting the competition. He misses what will be a very consequential miss, not only missing, but also playing his red dead. CEASER seemingly mapping out a clearance that could take him into the first final of the year. And it will be equally difficult, if not more, against even a bigger arch rival, only if CEASER wins this match. There he plays a shot that splits up the frame a little bit, but also a little bit unfortunate that after splitting it up, the split up yellow is played right to touch against the black. The trouble resumes for the Scorpion. Again, he wants to play the cue ball into the red now. Look at this, look at this, look at this. by bank, but also cue ball being played in with backspin and in right motion. He gets to miss. That one was always going to be tricky, putting a ball like that. We will take the entertainment. It does end in Ian yet with another chance. That will be very good shooting from Ian, considering that he was intent on potting by bank. He didn't make the pot, but defended the frame quite ably. For Caesar, he will be counting on that red, which is rightwards of the three, the one close to black, for a ball that could hamper Ian's attacking play. To the corner pocket where it is closest in terms of positioning, it is not portable because the passage is blocked by part of Caesar's yellow. Caesar will want simply to play safe. Maybe safe he has played. Very big moment it is, this one. He plays to pot, plays the cue ball a little into the yellow, and that is understandable. His aim was to leave the yellow, frozen against the cushion. It is not frozen, but still not potable with ease. Now he wants to play backspin. Cue ball off the cushion. There we are, positioned a little tricky. Once he rolls red against the cushion, cue ball could be moved into that top right end of the table, perhaps into another red, maybe into the yellow, maybe into the black, maybe avoid all of them balls, and cue ball to get positioned in between the three. It is the shot he's playing off cushion into yellow. And he has played another of Caesar's yellows, dead. It is a frame now. You get to think Ian is heavily poised to win. Oops. Very unlucky, very unfortunate at the time when he's supposed to be taking the win of the frame that is supposed to take this semi-final into the decider. Ian misgives. Maybe that is the last of him in the competition. His body language says it all. He stands by the pool table at the side, hopping on hope that something could come wrong, as long as he has just played, for him to get another chance to play again in the frame. And look at how good Caesar is responding, playing the cue ball with a lot of spin, having it bounce off the cushion, moving towards the top end of the table. He wants to put yellow and black to the same corner pocket, top right, and wins the match with big assumption that he was never ever going to miss the black. The semi-final is won by the Scorpion. Do not sleep. Live next, Ibra versus Caesar.